Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and Microsoft has finally done it. They are following in the footsteps of Nintendo with their price increases. That's right. Now, Microsoft is increasing the prices of their video games, their first-party games, to $80 starting this holiday, as well as increasing the price of the console in all regions. And of course, people are out there blaming inflation and blaming tariffs, even though across the board, our inflation doesn't affect Europe, it doesn't affect the UK, it doesn't affect Australia. So how is it inflation? I really don't understand. Maybe someone can enlighten me in the comment section down below. I also want to understand how it could be tariffs when, again, it's affecting everywhere. It's not just affecting the US. When the tariffs are on US imports, not European imports, not UK imports, not Australian imports, it's only on US imports. So this was confirmed today by Xbox and Microsoft themselves. As Warrior64 points out here, Microsoft raises the price of all Xbox Series consoles. Xbox games confirmed to hit $80 this holiday. Xbox Series X is now $599.99, which now I'm glad I got that, and the Series S as well. Day one, or at least before the price increases, I definitely got the Series X day one. I got the Series S later for my travel Xbox, so I wouldn't have to carry around and lug around the giant Series X. But it's crazy to me how even the 2TB Series X costs more now than the PS5 Pro, which is also a scam in my opinion. I thought it was a stupid console to come out with when you can clearly build a PC around the same price and it has better performance, even though most people will want to obviously do a higher scaled pricing for PCs. But at this point, you might as well just go full-blown PC if you are a gamer. You get cheaper prices on digital goods. You can play all the PlayStation games, all the Xbox games, and of course there'll be those guys, oh yeah, well you gotta wait for years, I guess, even though they've had games like Helldivers 2, Until Dawn, Horizon Zero Dawn, or Forbidden West Remastered, Days Gone Remastered, Lego Horizons, and others that were dropped day one. And even if people have to wait, you still get a better deal, cheaper games, better frame rates, better resolution on your PC over even a PS5 Pro. So at this point, I think console gaming for the most part is dead. If this is the price of consoles now, imagine when the next generation comes. It's like Microsoft is, firing up these prices as they're about to allegedly start their next generation in 2026, and allegedly the PS6 coming in 2027, and then you're doing this nonsense to basically get rid of probably what Microsoft and other corporations would consider the poors at this point. But their justification for it is, of course, more market conditions and more variable pricing. I wonder where they've heard these things from. I wonder where these exact things were heard from. I don't know. It must have been, Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo of America, that said these exact same things. The more variable pricing for their $80 Mario Kart World, and of course creating that FOMO for people who are going to buy the Mario Kart World bundle with Nintendo Switch 2. To save themselves $30, even with tax, it's still going to be an $80 game at the end of the day. But to make people feel that, of course, they'll spend, $50 on the game. But the fact that, the next big thing really is going to be the mainline Call of Duty, and all the Call of Duty heads are obviously going to buy that game no matter what for $80. We can only imagine what Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be priced at now that they have followed in the suit of Nintendo with the $80 increase. And you can almost basically expect Game Pass to go up in price and still be a better deal, but at the same time going up in price, similar to how PlayStation Plus has gone up in price. And I can assure you that Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack will also go up with the inclusion of GameCube games, even though Nintendo is very slow at adding new games to the service, and honestly, you could just emulate all their stuff. You'll sail the high seas. Because at this point, if purchasing isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. So, honestly, let's get into it even further. And it just started today, by the way, with no time at all. Everything is already increased. So you can see here, this is for the US. We'll go through all of the regions as well. So you got the Series S with the 512GB at $379.99. I'm glad I got it at $299.99, which also came with Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin Complete Edition with that for free. You got the Series S 1 terabyte at $429.99, which you might as well if you're going to be a console gamer. I mean, they're putting all their games on PlayStation anyway. So, but as I always say, me personally, PC is the way to go now, because you can get all your Xbox games on there. They got PC Game Pass for $11.99 a month, and they got all the PlayStation games on there. Coming up next, obviously, is going to be Stellar Blade in June, so PlayStation loses yet another exclusive just as fast as they've lost, I don't know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That game was on PC 6 months after release or something like that. Spider-Man 2 is pretty much on PC after a year or so, maybe. Again, Helldivers 2 was better sold on PC than it ever did on PlayStation. This fact that this Series X digital being more money is also stupid. These are all digital consoles. These three here are all digital consoles, by the way. And as I said earlier, the Series X with 2 terabyte, the Galaxy Black Special Edition being more money than the PS5 Pro is absolutely insane to me. I don't believe these two went up, but this definitely went up to $90. This was $85, went up to $90. So this didn't go up. This was already $200, I believe. I think this one was already $150, if I'm not mistaken. So okay, so it went up $20 for the Series 2 Elite controller, and it went up $10 for the Series 2 Core controller. Looks like the stereo headset didn't go up. The wireless headset, which is this one, went up $10 as well. So it's crazy to say, especially this didn't go up either, but it's crazy to me that they would even increase this by $100 5 years into the generation. This is absolutely the worst generation that's ever been for consoles and for gaming in general. Falter releases, pushback releases, waiting years for a game and then being buggy and broken, and as they increase the price of games to $70, now $80 is absolutely crazy. You got 350 euros for the Series S, 400 euros for the Series S 1 terabyte, 550 euros for the Series X digital. And then you got price increases for the UK, and you got price increases for Australia as well. Imagine paying 1,049 Australian dollars for a 2 terabyte Series X. That's absolutely disgusting. 849 Australian dollars for the base Series X with 1 terabyte is just absolutely disgusting. It is crazy to me that both Microsoft and Nintendo are using the more variable pricing to justify this trash. Whew, man. I've been looking at a lot of indie games lately, and boy, the indie space is going to blow up and explode so big this year. It is absolutely insane. There's some new Metroidvania games that are coming out I want to talk about at some point. Bro, there's no game worth $80, let alone $70. We just had Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and Oblivion Remastered come out at $50, $45 for Clair Obscur Expedition 33 on PC, and those games are dang near masterpieces. For me, at least, Expedition 33 is fantastic. It's a fantastic game. I'll be streaming it later again for you guys. I'm having an absolute blast with that game. And Oblivion, I've decided I'm going to play off stream because of how long the game is, how big the game is, and I feel like it'd be better suited if I play that game off stream. But like I said, the next mainline Call of Duty definitely, in my opinion, will be $80. And of course, the same guys who buy COD literally every year and spend thousands of dollars in microtransactions are still going to do the same thing. It's the same thing with games like Madden and games like that come out like every year. So I just want to give you guys this update that I'm going to be consistent and say this is stupid. This shouldn't be happening. These consoles should be lower in price. They shouldn't be higher in price for a console generation that's 5 years in. All these guys are talking about already launching their next gen hardware. Thank you all for checking out this video. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.